Hello, y'all. This is Julian Rico. This is a week 11 picks today. Last week I went 11-3, not too shabby for me, on a winning streak. Never gone to less than 5 wins. The last time I had that, week 2 or week 5, I had a 5-9 record. That's in the past because I'm rolling right now. Overall record is 92-60, so really a impressive season for myself, getting these good picks. So let's get to it. Let's start with Thursday night between the Commanders and Philadelphia, 8:15 p.m. Eastern on Prime Video. Philadelphia is a 3.5-point favorite. This is the game I'm gonna keep an eye on because you got Jay Daniels in Washington, who are coming off a disappointing loss to the Steelers. Going to travel to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles, who are coming off a big road win against a Cowboys team that, they don't have Dak Prescott. He's out for the season. So, does that matter to Philadelphia? Nah, doesn't matter. This is first place versus second place. The winner has, assuming the best advantage to maybe win the NFC East division. But these games are Washington and Philadelphia. Last year, those two games were really competitive. Though I do expect this game to be competitive. I'm going to go with Philadelphia in this one. I think they will run against the Washington's defense. I think the game will come down to is, can Washington's defense slow down that Eagles offense? Because Washington's offense is going to score points, but for Washington's defense, they've been struggling this year, and they have to find a way to slow down A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts, Dallas Goedert, and Saquon Barkley on the ground and in the air. Eagles win it 34-30 over the Eagles. Eagles 34, Washington 30. Sorry. All right, let's get to these Sunday games. The Raiders, coming off a bye, heads to Miami to take on the Miami Dolphins, who are coming off a big road win in the West Coast, take down the LA Rams. Raiders announcing that Gardner Minshew will remain the starter for this week against Miami. It's at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Miami is a 7.5-point favorite. This is, of course, another must-win for Miami. Of course, if they can get this win, they're probably in the hunt for a playoff spot, and they're probably telling us we're not dead. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they made the change from offensive coordinator to have Scott Turner, the former Washington Commanders offensive coordinator, to be the interim OC, and they brought his dad, former Raiders head coach Norv Turner, to be the out of retirement to come in as the senior advisor for the team. This is going to be a good game, but I think Miami pulls it up. I say Miami wins it 28-20 over the Raiders. The Cleveland Browns, also coming off from a bye week, heads to the Bayou to take on the New Orleans Saints at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. New Orleans is a 1-point favorite after New Orleans pulling up the big win against Atlanta at home. And I believe Russo's first win as head coach. Shout out to Russo. Congratulations, coach. Now playing the Cleveland Browns. So yes, this is the Jameis Winston revenge game. Who, remember, he was the backup for Derek Carr. I say this is an upset. I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns. They're coming off a bye, and they should be healthy, ready to go. I say Cleveland wins it 23-17 over the New Orleans Saints. The Indianapolis Colts, who are coming off a disappointing result against Buffalo, travels to New Jersey to take on the New York Jets at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. The Jets are at 3.5-point favorites. The Jets are coming off can't say speechless, but devastating loss to the Cardinals, and their season's on the line. Now, Aaron Rodgers did say he will return for 2025, so that's something Jets fans should be a little concerned of. But then The Colts made a huge move from Joe Flacco to back to Anthony Richardson. Does that still keep the Colts in the playoff race? I still think they're going to be in the playoff race, but against the Jets defense, they're going to rebound. I got the Jets winning it. Really close game. Give me a 23-28 Jets winning. Minnesota Vikings are coming off a 4 field goal win against the Jaguars. Goes to Nashville to take on the Tennessee Titans at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Minnesota's a 6-point favorites, and a real interesting thing about that spread is because Darnold threw 3 interceptions last week, so there is some. Is this the week Tennessee can pull off the upset? I think it could be, but I'm going to stick with Minnesota. Tennessee's not been a good team this year. I got to give Minnesota the win here. I'm going to go Minnesota winning at 34-20 over the Titans. All right, Green Bay Packers, who are coming off a bye, they've head to Soldier Field to take on the Chicago Bears at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Green Bay is a 6.5-point favorites. Chicago make the news of Shane Waldron out, and in comes the passing game coordinator. Thomas Brown is promoted as offense coordinator. Now, if you know him, Thomas Brown was the assistant head coach with the Rams, then joined the Panthers to be the offense coordinator for the Panthers. Before then, after the Frank Wright era got a disaster in Carolina, he gets hired to Chicago to become the passing game coordinator, and now he's the promoted offensive coordinator for the Bears. The Bears offense was not looking good from last week. Now playing a Packers defense that really has been the story of the year. I'm going to go Green Bay. I think the Packers will crush against that Caleb Williams offense. 30-17 is my final. Give me the Packers in this one. Jacksonville taking on Detroit at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Detroit is a 13-point favorite. This is the highest spread of the week. Detroit's coming off an emotional win against the Houston Texans after coming back from 23-7 to Jake Bates' game-winning heroic win against Houston. Taking on the Jaguars, yes, they're the first overall pick of the upcoming draft, so they cannot afford to lose this game. But I have them losing this one. Detroit wins it 42-17. Underdog game of the week could be the Rams travels to Foxborough to take on the Patriots at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. The Rams are at 5-point favorites, and yes, the Rams need to win this game because they cannot afford to lose another game because their season is on the line. The NFC West is still open, so they have to win this game a lot. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they're coming off an impressive win on the road against the Chicago Bears. Will it continue? Again, I don't think so. I think the Rams defense, the way Chris Shula, the defense coordinator, calling the defense, that front four is impressive. Jared Verse, Brandon Fitz, Byron Young, those guys are really going to affect that Patriots offensive line. And I say the Rams win it 30-23 over the Patriots. All right, these Ravens. Shout out to the Ravens, because they're flying to Pittsburgh to take on the 7-2 Pittsburgh Steelers, who are coming off in a great road win against the Commanders. This is a 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Baltimore's a 3.5-point favorite, and yes, here we go again. Russell Wilson. Oh, Russell Wilson's 3-0 with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Can we just stop talking about Pittsburgh? I know Pittsburgh 7-2, an impressive season for them, but I'm picking the Baltimore Ravens. I'm just saying the reason why I'm keeping Baltimore to win this game is because who's going to stop Derrick Henry? I know last week he didn't have a good game against the Bengals because they already know how to stop Derrick Henry. How is Steelers defense going to respond against Derrick Henry and that high-power offense? Okay, really good game. I think with that win against Cincinnati, it's bringing the message to Pittsburgh that they're ready. And Pittsburgh, this is their first divisional game. So expect them to maybe have a slugfest in this one. I got Baltimore winning at 34-30 over the Steelers. The Seattle Seahawks travel to San Francisco to take on the 49ers at 4:05 p.m. Eastern on Fox. San Francisco's a 6.5-point favorites. They get McCaffrey back and they won by 3. So are we worried about San Francisco? No, because they're in the race with Arizona for the NFC West. So I'm going to go with San Francisco. I think they keep it rolling. I say San Francisco wins it 36-23 over the Seahawks. This should be a fun one. Atlanta traveling to Denver to take on the Broncos at 4:05 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Denver's a 2-point favorite. Denver, how does it feel after losing to Kansas City, in which could have pulled off the big upset? Yeah, I saw that, and it hurts. It really hurts if you're a Broncos fan. But can they get on track, taking on the Falcons team that coming off a road loss to the Saints? I think Atlanta will respond. I think the Broncos defense will play really well, but I think Atlanta's offense will get back on track. Give me the Falcons in an upset win against the Broncos. All right, this is the game of the week, and I'm excited for this one. Patrick Mahomes and the 9-0 Chiefs travel to Orchard Park or Highmark Stadium, Buffalo, to take on Josh Allen, the 8-2 Bills. This is a 4:25 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Buffalo is a 2.5-point favorite. A lot of people are now going Buffalo because of this could be the week we could see Kansas City get their first loss of the season. Am I picking Kansas City in this game? Let me tell you something. I'm going to go with Buffalo. This is going to be the week they get their first loss of the season and Buffalo wins it. Classic game. 34-38, Buffalo wins it. Josh Allen, he wins MVP. Bet you the awards. NFL awards. The MVP goes to Josh Allen. We'll get to maybe the awards once we get to the NFL awards really closely. But for now, Josh Allen is my MVP. The way he's playing this season is remarkable. We doubt the Bills because of their wide receiver core. Now adding Amari Cooper, which hoping he will play in this game. But I got the Bills beating the Chiefs. Sunday Night Football, the Bengals take on the LA Chargers at 8:20 p.m. Eastern on NBC and Peacock. The Chargers are 1.5-point favorites. Chargers coming off a good win against the Titans, while the Bengals need to keep their season alive. I got the Bengals on the road in LA playing Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers. I got the Bengals winning it. I really think it's going to be a good game. 26-20 over the Chargers. It's time for the All-Texans, a standoff between the Houston Texans and the Dallas Cowboys at 8:15 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and ABC. Houston is a 7.5-point favorites. Both teams need a win. Dallas in a 4-game losing streak. Of course, they now announced that Dak Prescott is out for the season. So now it's Cooper Rush's team, and can their offense respond? I think this could be the week they respond, but I think Houston prevails 24-14 over the Dallas Cowboys. That is it for today, folks. And if you have not seen my NFL Week 10 update, go ahead and check that out. That was been recorded this morning, so go ahead and check that out. And to friendly reminders, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.